Hello and welcome back to our series Getting Started. My name is Gordon Donnerman. I'm from FTC Team A372 Trial and Terror, and today we will be going over how to use gamepads and joysticks.
So one of the most important things to know with FTC is how to use your gamepads. Now your gamepads primarily will probably be Logitech F310 controllers. That's what I will be referencing in this video. However, these variables should work with any other controller that you buy off of the market. So the gamepad is how drivers are able to control their robot during their teleop period of the game by moving the joysticks and moving around the robot in real time. So the DS phone receives the data from up to 2 gamepads at a time and sends it to the robot phone such that the robot can say, okay, he moved the joystick, so I will turn this way. So whenever I say gamepad 1, it can also be used with gamepad 2 just to reference the second gamepad if you have another one plugged in, but I will just be using gamepad 1 as it's easier. So the first 4 buttons are pretty simple. They return a Boolean. They are X, A, B, X, and Y, respectively, and you can get all 4 of them very easily just by saying gamepad1 dot A, B, X, or Y, followed by a pair of parentheses. And this will simply return what the buttons are sensing at the moment and will be constantly updating throughout the program. The D-pad is also very straightforward. They also return booleans. There's 4 buttons, up, down, left, and right, and they can be accessed by D-pad up, down, left, and right respectively, followed by parentheses, and will also update live. Now as a quick note, the mode button here will, if you press it, this green light will light up, and this will switch the outputs for the D-pad and the left joystick. Now this isn't very important, however, if you see the mode on, just keep that in mind that it might be messing up what you have. So gamepad back and start, pretty straightforward, the same as the others, just buttons. These do not do anything on their own, they're just labeled as back and start. They won't do anything special like start your program or stop your program, so you don't have to worry about that. They function just the same as an A or a B key. So gamepad joysticks, they return a double between -1 and 1 instead of a boolean. So there are 2 joysticks, and each of them has 2 axes, resulting in 4 variables: left stick X, left stick Y, right stick X, and right stick Y. Now this will allow you to access exactly what your X and Y values are at any time, and will make it very easy for creating quick teleop programs. Now the gamepad joysticks also have a button underneath them, so that if you push down on them, you can sense that. That is gotten by gamepad1.right stick button and left stick button. Now on the back of the controller, there are 2 bumpers, right bumper and left bumper. They act just as a regular button and will return a boolean. Finally, we have the gamepad triggers, which are a little bit different from the buttons in that it returns a double between 0 and 1, where 0 is at rest and 1 is fully pressed. So this can be great for moving a 180-degree servo because the numbers will line up perfectly. And you have 2 of them, you get right trigger and left trigger.